Besides that, I helped Therieos look for the missing ornament. It is certain that this portal leads to another part of the island that we do not yet know. I can't remember ever having heard or read about that.
You really want to go through the portal?
Of course. Assuming we find that missing ornament, that is. I admit, it is a somewhat risky business. But we must absolutely find out what it has to do with these constant earthquakes.
What do you know about the earthquakes?
Something on the other side is causing them. The source is probably also causing the stone sentinels to awaken. But that isn't my job. Satyrus and Kronos can tell you more about that.
What do you think you will find over there?
I'm really not sure. I suspect that on the other side there will be a structure similar to this one, and a counterpart to this portal. Everything else we shall see when we get there.
What is the fastest way back to the city?
I recommend you go back the same way you came. But you could also... No, that would be too dangerous.
Out with it.
Well, the builders of these halls had their own method of traveling. As far as we can tell, they could teleport.
That's nothing special.
The teleporter stones that we found here in Corinus are special indeed. It seems as though the teleporter stone here in these halls may lead to the harbor city. However, none of us had the courage to try it.
Where's this teleporter stone?
There is a door in the basin room. I have locked it up behind there.
Give me the key. I want to take a look at this thing.
Really? But I take no responsibility for it.
Give it here.
If you say so, here it is.
Where are the other teleporter stones?
So far, we've only found one other somewhere in the middle of Corinus, near the Dead Harpy Tavern.
Can you teach me anything about magic?
Once we're over there, I'll be at your disposal.
Okay. These teleporter stones will come in handy. I will use them quite frequently. At least I have in the past.
Hey, you!
He's the...
Everything all right?
It's very brave of you to just walk in here.
What are you doing here?
I'm studying the language of the builders. The language is the key to understanding the ancient people. Each one of us must learn it, or this expedition will be over before it even begins. The builders use stone tablets to pass on their knowledge. Unfortunately, many of them are broken, or were stolen long ago.
These stone tablets, I got a few of them. You can learn the teachings of. You can read them, and they will give you bonus attributes. But again, this is something that I would love to conserve for later game.
What's on these stone tablets then?
They contain the collected knowledge of the ancient people. Some of them increase knowledge of combat and magic by magical means. For someone who can read the tablets, they are a real treasure.
Can you teach me to read the language?
Well, why not? I'll gladly pass on my knowledge to you.
You can learn that, and you should, but again, do it after you learned a bunch of stuff. Because, as you saw, increasing your skill with various traits will increase the cost. So if you could save some of that, or in strength you can even go over cap. The cap is 100. There's nothing that they can teach you after 100, so using that to get over cap is beneficial.
Hey! How's it going?
What are you doing here? This is certainly a surprise. I thought you had been killed.
Almost.
There was quite a fuss about you, you know that? I hardly recognized Satyrus. He was so beside himself about that business back then.
What sort of portal is that?
We suspect that it leads to the Lost Valley, where the ancient culture must have had their city. But the stone behind the portal is made of massive rock, yards thick. Also, there are no signs of teleportation magic. Very mysterious.
Do you know how to activate it?
One of the missing ornaments seems to be a sort of magical key. We'll need it to get any further. It has to fit exactly into the ring-shaped hollow next to the portal.
I brought a part of the ornament.
Really? That's terrific.
Do you have any idea where the other parts are?
According to the ancient inscriptions, it was broken into 4 pieces, and it looks as though the parts are still to be found on the island. With Merdarian's help, I have translated some of the inscriptions. There are hints as to where the remaining pieces are. Here, I've marked some of the places on this map. Look around there. You should pay attention to old structures. They might be somewhat deteriorated and no longer clearly recognizable. It could be almost anything. A large rock, a stone circle, a mausoleum, or something similar. But what am I saying? You'll find it. Well, good luck.
There's only one thing that we do have to do ourselves. The other ones we will get help with. There's this map though. If you press M, it will always open the last map you selected. If it will work entirely, it does. So, as you can see, the arrow on the map is me, and then there are 3 locations marked on the map. To the left, to the rear left, that's the city of Piranha. That's just the main hub. You can, if you go down there, there's Arkild's or someone's farm. And over there, you can, if you go to the right, then you can see Sardas' tower. If you take another look at the city and you go to the right from that, you can see there's another farm. And behind that farm, to the lower, there's the tavern. Lower to that. That's kind of the central point of the whole island. Up from the tavern, if you go a long way, you can see that there is there's the monastery. And if you go right from the tavern, there's the way to Owner's farm. And there's some other farms over there as well. This is where we have to go. Top right corner, we are actually at the top right corner of the map. This is the entrance to the unknown land. Up there where the black troll, there's a black troll. He's kind of easy to defeat and you gotta kill him for a quest. And then there's some more stuff we will encounter later. That's the main stuff out of the way. So, we have talked to everybody. It just broke. And I couldn't save. Fuck that. Let me just get that out of here. Okay, hello and welcome back. As you can see, I replayed till the point where we were. I do hope that the saving works now. Let's just go ahead and try it out. It works for now. As I said in multiple times now, this game is old. And as a direct result of that, it doesn't run particularly well. Have we talked to Kronos yet? I think so. Yeah. But anyway, we are now gonna try out the teleporting thing. This is this door right here. Go, I believe, wasn't there a chest in here? Yeah, there we go. Hopefully
I know
that's
nothing about picking locks.
Well, that's lock-picked. Here's a little door. I don't know why they put that here. I haven't actually figured out how to open that yet. But anyway, let's step through the portal. And as you can see, there's an orc here. And so let's get the fuck away from here. And now I'm also in a different place. So that's how it's done. You basically
I'll never get this open without the right key.
You basically walk between different places. And I might have made a mistake. Or I might have made a mistake by coming here. But there is something to get here first, so you can open that door. And I should have done that before I was using the teleporting rune, but never mind. I hope I can get that easily.
Look who's
Why not?
just turned up. The farmer boy. You're just in time.
Who are you anyway?
That's none of your business. If I wanted to tell you who I am, I'd have done it already. Got it?
What do you want from me? Are you still having problems with the city guards?
I'll give you problems, you punk. I'm looking for a fellow. He isn't anywhere to be found in the city, and these losers here don't have a clue either. He's thin, dark-haired, and he usually wears red armor. As far as I know, he used to be a prisoner in the colony. I think his name starts with a D.
You're talking about Diego.
It could be that that's his name. I'm not sure. I'll probably only know when I see him.
Anything else?
Yeah, you big mouth. Is there something else? I need weapons, I need provisions, and gold wouldn't be bad either.
Gold? We all want gold.
Could be. And what would you do with it? Drink your way through it in the tavern, or blow it in the brothel if I'm any judge.
And you have a better plan, huh?
You would crawl under a rock if you knew all I've done. So none of that cheek, or I'll shut your big mouth for you.
Didn't you find a weapons dealer in the city?
You can't be serious. They only have junk.
Here's 10 gold coins.
You poor sucker. You can keep your dough. I have a better idea. There's a cave not far from here. I've been around here before, and I buried my stuff in a few places. The cave is too dangerous for me alone. I want you to help me with it.
You can now visit that cave. I would not recommend doing that though.
Don't
For
tell
now.
me you didn't know that.
Who are you? I'm Orlan, the keeper of this here modest tavern. What are you looking for, stranger? Maybe a decent sword or a good piece of armor? A good swig from the country stills, or just some information?
These days.
I can give you all that and more if your coins ring.
That's all just gossip.
Am I being paranoid, or are you staring at my ring?
Well, I'm not quite sure what to make of that.
Doesn't see that. I can't help him.
It's an aquamarine. Ever seen one before?
Yes, I have.
Nothing you can do about it.
Well, welcome to headquarters, brother of the ring. What can I do for you?
That's not what I heard.
Have you ever used a teleporter stone?
Are you out of your mind? As long as none of the water mages swear to me that there's no danger, I'm not going anywhere near those things. They ordered me to hide one of those teleporter stones, and apart from that, I'm staying well away from them.
I used to say that myself.
Where is this teleporter stone?
There's a cave to the south, not far from my tavern. That's where the water mages found one of those things.
Can I have a look at this teleporter stone?
I don't care. Here's the key. Oh, I've blocked the entrance.
You hardly know who to believe. these
Okay, that's actually all I wanted from him.
No one really.
You can now stay at this tavern for free, because you are a member of the ring. Otherwise you would have, or I'm kinda a member of the ring, otherwise I would have to pay for each night. I think 50 gold coins or something like that. That's also what happens in the main game, or the original game. You also had to pay for everything there. So right next to me is the graveyard. There are a bunch of different herbs here and more rats apparently. There's some health potions, so I'm kind of safe there. Oh, come on! Why not crit? Level up helping a lot too. There we go. Nothing to get out of this Morat.
Nothing to be had there.
But I think there's some kind of joke with these graves. It displays some kind of inside joke. I'm not quite sure what it was though. If you add the dates up or something like that. I don't know. I haven't used it in a while. Or haven't looked at it in a while. Anyway, here is another teleporter stone, and you can loot some stuff over here. And a statue and shit. Stinger. That's probably used, or was probably blood flies. Why don't we just save, if I can? I'm always kind of careful with the save. Let's get some digger meat in here, because I definitely don't want to die. There we go. Save again. This does only bring you back to where you were before. I don't know not quite sure who has told me about these teleporters.
Wait a minute. The teleporter stones seem to work nicely.
You actually did it? You really went in?
Yes, they obviously still work.
Unbelievable. I have to look at this more closely later.
Okay. So the great thing about that is that we can now teleport around the island. You've already seen the Harpy location, but there was this cave with the orc inside of it. We'll just see what that is. You should probably just try and run away as fast as you can from here. For now. Well, it's an orc, so better not mess with him. But as we can see, we are now back in the city, so it's kind of nice. You don't really have to go so far anymore. I should probably deal with the wolf because, well, just do it. Get some stuff. Don't want to deal with the orc. Again, he is a little bit too tough for me in this normal armor. You should probably try and get higher armor to deal with him. Okay, well, back in the city. Let's talk to Vatras. Or actually, have we slept? I don't think so. No, we probably haven't, so we don't want to use the priest to give us some more stats. I think you can also reward LP, which is kind of cool. Oh yeah, I'm now at level 5. I just leveled up, I forgot. I should probably be getting a better swing at or giving my weapon a better swing. Let's think about it. What else could we do with the learning points? I don't think there's anything necessary. No, not quite. Learning to open locks would be great, but I can do that next level.
How's your duty?
Oh, these boys swing their swords like farmers, but when I'm done with them, every single one of them will be a tough, hard bastard.
Can you also train me in sword fighting?
Lord Andre has ordered that we train everyone who is in a position to defend the city. But that's only true for combat training. All other kinds of training are reserved for the militia. Can you at least halfway handle a weapon?
I think so.
All right, you can start when you're ready.
Okay, let's just go training. He is actually taking. He is actually a great source for a lot of stuff. So let's talk to him the whole way through.
I want to join the militia.
So, are you a citizen of the town?
Yes.
Then talk to Lord Andre. He decides who gets accepted here.
I could already join the militia, by the way, but I don't want to yet.
What's it like with the militia?
Lord Andre is our commander now. The militia used to report to the governor. He had no idea what we do here. But Lord Andre knows what he's doing. He takes good care of the men. Everyone who starts here gets some decent armor and a good weapon. And there are bonuses if you've done a good job. He pays a bounty for every criminal captured.
Which you can also gain by not joining the militia. That's kind of a weird thing.
What are the advantages of one- or two-handed weapons?
Quite simple. With a one-handed weapon, you're faster. That can be a considerable advantage in battle. Two-handed weapons are more ponderous. You have to fight with foresight, but you can do a lot more damage when you're hit.
I still would recommend using one-handed weapons. There are just so many enemies that you cannot keep at bay as easily with a two-handed weapon that you can with a one-handed, because you can just constantly swing, and it's just better. I will leave. That's my opinion, but some do prefer the heavy-hitting one.
Where should I start, with one-handed or two-handed weapons?
That's entirely up to you. If you specialize in only one type of weapon, you automatically learn the other at the same time. If, for instance, you're good at fighting with one-handed swords, but still a beginner with two-handed weapons, your two-handed skills will go up as well whenever you train with a one-hander. In that case, the training is more exhausting than if you train with both types of weapons. Just start and you'll soon see what I'm talking about.
Okay, let me explain what he's talking about. If you are at, I think, a decent rank with one-handed and you still haven't leveled up two-handed at all, you will then level up both at the same time. But the training will require you to put more effort in it.
Let's begin with the training.
So basically just doubling the cost. There we go. And now I should be holding the weapon a different way. Yeah. So now I'm a better sword fighter. What is it actually called? A fighter. I'm now a fighter. And I also have a 30% weapon chance. One thing to note though, this is only because I have a weapon equipped that also gives me 5% more weapon training shit. If I wouldn't have that, I would still be a beginner. But having the ranks of a fighter, this gives you a better moveset, a way better moveset. Being a master also gives you a better one, but fighter is still a long way. Let's actually sleep for now. Yeah, this is exactly where I wanted to go. Let's sleep and then talk to Vetres, I believe. We should talk to Vetres, and then after that, let's talk to the other guy, the priest. I do believe that I got enough money. Or have I? I haven't. Well. Might as well abuse the glitch a little bit, or not quite glitch. It's just something. It's not really a glitch. I wouldn't necessarily call it a glitch that this guy regenerates his stuff. The ability where I do keep one sword that I don't have equipped. That's definitely a glitch. But this guy isn't. That's just the game mechanic. And I mean, there has to be one source of everything.
Just you now. Slug him.
Let's see how much better this one is.
Don't stop
This fighting
now.
style. They're just so much faster, and you can actually, if you get him to get pinned into a wall,
Slug him.
you can actually
Don't stop
deal with him
now.
quite fast.
Slug him.
This is how you can fight off most enemies in the game, except for
Finish
maybe
him.
orcs.
Don't stop now.
Got him almost.
Don't stop now.
Come on. Get enough crit in.
That hit the spot.
Okay, let's try and loot him. So he got some stuff, and he also has a bunch of ores. Oh, well, not quite ores. Steels. He can obviously imbue these right now while he's down. And what you're gonna do now
that.
is you're gonna wait till he does something, and now you gotta hit him again. No, I got a problem. Well, I got 2 more steel. And this is how you do it. If he would just come back up, you will, and then you would hit him, he will not have any more steel. But if you wait till he does something with it, you can just, you know, go ahead for a hit, and he will have another one.
We'll see about that.
I believe this does get you trouble with the militia, though. If you do this. It could, at least. As you can see, there are multiple stages. If I were to kill him here or hit him here, he would just give me 1 sword or normal steel, and if he were to still use it, or if he is using the anvil, he will always give me well, imbued or hot steel.
We'll see about that.
And this is how you can make a lot of money. If you are a blacksmith. Just, you know, keep on doing that. Give him a good old hit.
Nothing there, nothing to plunder.
Oh, apparently that didn't work. Sometimes it doesn't work. He's just a normal dude. You can ask every normal dude about stuff in the town and shit. Ooh, well, I could smith a lot of swords right now. And I
We'll
probably
see
should.
about that.
So get yourself around 1k. I believe now, if you do that, he will just drop useless shit. Yeah, Rodhead Blade. I think that's kind of useless because you can't really do anything with it, I believe. Let's just take it to... Or, what was he called? No, that one is Brian, but Herod. Let's actually forge some weapons here. Sword. One other thing to note is if you have, like, learned better to craft better weapons, you should always go for that, because they will give you more money. And they usually cost around the same in materials. Well, except for the ore weapons, of course. Just make a bunch of these.
What with?
Okay, there we go. Now let's see, I can get these water buckets too. And I have... Do I now get like raw steel or something? I don't think so, no. I don't know, that might be a fun item, or not item, but some kind of fun, useless
Hey,
thing.
there you are again.
So...
I want to sell the weapon.
Good. Fine. And here's your pay.
I believe he now took all of my weapons. No, he didn't. Okay, so this buck is still intact. Well, I believe that's at least a bug. Well, now I got some decent money, and this is how you can do it. There are other ways to increase your money. I already talked about the glitch with Bolgar, but then there's another one. That's not quite a glitch. It's also a game mechanic.
Hey,
He will...
come closer. Lord Andre is springing. Hey, come the pal.
Yeah, you can receive an indefinite amount of beers from him, which you can also sell, of course. He will just give you... there are 3 dialogue options that's random, and you can, in one of them, he will give you the beer. And you can get a bunch of beers if you want. But I wouldn't recommend doing that if you have access to the other ones, because it's way slower.
That's an open secret.
Hello, Darren.
He had better shut. That's terrible.
I want-
Nation.
He better shut up.
bless,
2050 experience.
And he works all day too.
Does this
I would.
does this work
I want to make-
for...
He can't keep anything.
Enos,
to himself.
give him.
Oh, it does work all the time. Okay, so let's
And
I
it's
want
gonna
to-
do a bunch
do
of
more,
these.
And he works all day. too.
Enos, give him.
Learning
He
points.
better
Great.
shut. Honestly,
I want to
There's
make
a
it.
cap to it.
Enos, give him.
Sometimes he will not give you anything.
I want to.
You have done
really,
the
how
blessing of the
he works all day too.
Okay, that's
Someone's gonna do
the
it,
most I
honestly.
can give him. Okay.
I witnessed it myself.
So now I got... Ooh,
I
135.
don't believe that. Now
That's actually not bad. Do I still have some gold left? Yeah, I do. Great. So that's kind of the thing with it. He will give you a bunch of good stats, really useful stuff, like learning points and hit points, for example. That's the biggest, actually. Well, so we got that. Let's talk to Vatras, because there's some more quest lines. About... No, this one.
I've got this stone tablet. Can you tell me more about it?
Those are artifacts from the old culture, which we have been investigating for some time. There are several kinds of them. Some contain information about the history of the ancient people, and that is the kind I am interested in. Bring me all of those that you can find. I shall give you an appropriate reward.
Which in this case means experience and I think spells or something like that.
I've got another stone tablet for you.
Great! Here, take a few potions as a reward.
All that. That's actually good. Tell me about.
Tell me about the Ring of Water.
Since you are not yet a member of our community, but I shall tell.
I believe I got everything. Yeah, okay, I've been through these.